Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play WazHack. We're continuing with Ursud the Brilliant here, our new White Witch, and as I recall from the last time, we had recently picked up a pretty exciting spell, one we don't see very often, and that is Cone of Cold. We only have 12% cast chance, which clearly isn't great, but hopefully, if we can begin practicing that as early as possible, we might start to make a headway on actually getting some practical use out of it. Now, one of you goodly viewers pointed out that crystal armour, which we have here, will actually not impede our spellcasting ability the way magic armour does. So even though it's heavy, it might be worth the burden trade-off in order to actually have some resilience. So, let's give it a go. I mean, it could be cursed, I guess. But we only have one scroll of Identify. I don't necessarily want to use it on this. And the crystal armour would have to be doing pretty damn badly to be worse than our current robe. So, let's try it. Yeah. So we gained a huge armour class boost there. As last time, I'm recovering from a cold. So, if you hear me spluttering or croaking a little bit, that's why. Not a lot I can do about it. Okay. We also have these -2 hand warmers, which we're not going to use. Uncursed Ring of Gain Strength, we might as well wear. And then we've got Wand of Fire with 7 charges, and Wand of Teleportation with 9 charges. Wand of Fire could be an incredible lifesaver. It's a very, very damaging wand. And of course, Wand of Teleportation is our escape route. So both of these wands could end up being very important to us, and that's why I like to identify wands whenever possible. Now we know this one's cursed, but we don't know what it is yet. We don't have any potions to throw. So, let's have our cat attack this eye. Don't want to become paralysed too much myself. Maybe I can land one hit. Yeah. Between us, we should be able to take it out. No? Yeah, there we go. I probably should have used Cone of Cold on it, actually. Spellbook of Cone of Cold. Don't really need another. We're already burdened from wearing our crystal armour, so I'm not sure that Splint Mail suit is a good choice. We are somewhat lacking in food. We're getting hungry, and although we have some cheese, I would prefer to eat the remains of an enemy. Let's try Cone of Cold a few times here. Get some Cone of Cold practice in. Bear in mind also that with lightning, we tend to kill our pet pretty quickly by accident as the lightning spell hits it. So it's probably a good idea for us to get some practice in with Cone of Cold as early as we can, so that we're stronger once we no longer have the pet to fall back on. Okay, let's sell this guy some stuff. We'll sell him our hand warmers, our white robe. I'll keep all the gems. I'll sell him the tubs of something because I don't really want those. I'll sell him several of the Scrolls of Light, most of them. Spellbook of Light, Spellbook of Darkness can both go. There we go. Now let's see what he has for us in exchange. A couple of potions of healing, Scroll of Identify, Scroll of Enchant Weapon. Let's take the Identify, let's take both of the potions of healing, and I think we can stretch to Enchant Weapon as well. Now, I'm not going to use Enchant Weapon at this stage, just in case we pick up a better weapon at some point. But it's a good thing to have in reserve. Trying to regain some mana here by having a bit of a sleep. It might be a good idea for us to actually take a level of mana regen for our next level up. I know I said the last time that as time goes on, I increasingly kind of side against those passive regen kind of talents. But let's see if there's any meat here since we're getting hungry. No. And no. Yeah, I did say that, but the thing is, at the moment, our regen is so slow that it takes us an absolute age to get our mana back, which obviously is detrimental when you're a spellcaster. What's that? Spellbook of Light. Don't want it, but I might as well sell it to the shopkeeper here. So we'll sell him the Cursed Spellbook of Light. Yeah, that'll do. Now, we do have a couple of Identify Scrolls, so I might as well use one to identify that new wand we picked up. We know it's cursed, but it's still worth knowing what it is. Polymorph. Not really bothered about that. It's not one of my favourite ones. Let's see if we can, hit both of them with our lightning there. Okay, so this... Walking up to this altar has told us that our lamp is blessed. We have a blessed potion of healing. We have a cursed scroll and a cursed scroll of light as well. I'm going to take blessing for 80 gold, and I'm going to bless that wand of polymorph so that we can actually use it if the need arises. Another enchant weapon, which is fine. Could do with a bit more mana. Oh, you little bastard. And I don't have any magic to use on him either. Alright. I'm going to have to send the pet into battle here. Get away from me. Not that I have much gold at the moment anyway. I'll have mercy on him. Just in case we use mushrooms to summon the king of the leprechauns at some point later on. I think if you haven't killed a leprechaun when you meet the king of the... If you meet the king of the leprechauns, he's actually better disposed towards you. We can't take level 3 literacy. Or level 2 commerce. We need another level 1. So, I will take level 1 of wizardry for slightly faster mana recovery, because I am feeling the pain a little bit. That, of course, gives us enough mana to try and use Cone of Cold on this spider, which we eventually managed to do. I don't want to deal with the fountain at all. I wanted to pick up that ring, which is a cursed sapphire ring. No idea what that is, but we might identify it at some point. Oh, I think I picked up some armour I didn't want. There you go. Get rid of that. Apparently, our level ups now mean that we're actually strong enough to carry our crystal armour without being encumbered. Have you noticed that? We're no longer burdened. Another wand. How many identifiers do we have? We only have one. I'll stick with the plan and use it to identify this wand. Wand of probing. One of my least favourite wands, basically because I never use it for anything. Is there any spider meat? I bet there probably isn't. No. We might have to resort to eating our cheese soon, but I don't like to eat our pocket cheese if it's possible to avoid it, because it doesn't rot in the way that animal meat does. I say as though cheese is a non-animal meat. Alright. I mean, obviously it's non-animal, it's not a meat, if you see what I mean. Cheese is not a meat. The things you learn from my videos. Alright, probably don't have enough mana for Cone of Cold, but I'll give it a go. Fail, fail, don't have enough mana. We do have enough for lightning, though. Any blob meat? No blob meat. Cat drank fruit juice, that's okay. It's probably hungry, to be fair. I should be feeding it, but feeding myself takes priority, and I'm already weak from hunger. It's going to have to be the cheese. So, we'd better rest, get at least some of our mana back so we can cast lightning or something. We've got a kobold zombie wielding some kind of leafy staff, so it's lightning it in the face. And then beat it down. And we might as well take the staff. Staff could be good. Spellbook Finger of Death and Haste Self. These are both reasonable potions. The cat ate goblin innards. Greedy little shit. We are becoming burdened now. So let's read Haste Self. And we'll also read Finger of Death. If we can. Apparently we can't. Cat, help out here. Our cat might actually die. It's taking, yeah, a lot of damage. We do have enough mana for lightning. Not for 2 lightnings, though. I'm going to drink a potion of healing now to preempt the damage. Wow. We might actually, yeah, have to use a wand here. So the question is, do I want to use a wand of fire and kill it? Do I want to teleport away? Or do I want to polymorph it? Polymorph could go either way. So although I don't like expending a fire charge, I'm going to do that. Yeah. Hopefully he has some meat. Oh, that's kitten meat. That's horrible. I could give our kitten a healing potion. Let's do it. Maybe a waste of a healing potion, but it's... The kitten is one of the few advantages we have. And although we're doing pretty well on spells, the trouble we had with that hill orc showed how unprepared we are to take on the depths of the dungeon at this point. Alright, so pick up this gem, and then I'll try Cone of Cold. Don't have enough mana left. Oh, I cast Darkness by mistake. Oops. Do I have enough for lightning? I don't. Let's just go toe-to-toe with the goblin. Oh, goblin innards! Oh, at last, I've been waiting for some innards. How I've longed for innards on these long, dark, cold nights. Long, dark, cold innards on long, dark, cold nights. Cat, kill the bison. I don't have the magic to take it on. Does it have meat? It has meat! Eat the meat. Now we're absolutely stuffed with food. And we can have a bit of a rest to get our health and, more importantly, our mana back. God, we could really do with more mana regen here. It's regenerating so slowly. Well, since I accidentally cast Darkness by hitting the wrong number key, I should probably cast Light to get rid of all this crap. The shadowiness. Might be worth trying out some of the scrolls we've picked up, but I'm a little wary because we've already uncovered several of the more useful scrolls. So I'm starting to fear a fire scroll, which I do not want to deal with. Mummy can have a Cone of Cold in the face, eventually. Eventually, no. Just use up all our mana trying to do it. Meat, probably don't want to eat mummy meat anyway. Have a rest. Again, as usual, I don't want to deal with that door. If I could reliably cast Cone of Cold, I might try it, but I feel like lightning and our very limited melee skills aren't going to be enough to deal with whatever's behind that door. Alright. More scrolls. That's fine. Lots of mystery scrolls. Do we have anything we want to identify at this point? I'd like to know what the sapphire ring is, but it is cursed. We don't have any unidentified ones. Oh, the leafy staff. Okay. So, how many identifiers do we have? We have one? One? I thought we had more than that for some reason. Oh well, let's use that. And we'll start with the leafy staff. -1 staff of life. Again, we only got one identifier out of it. And that's a cursed staff of life, so I probably don't want to bother wielding it. It's dark in here, so I will cast light. And then I'll send my cat in to fight for me, and I will attempt Cone of Cold. Successfully! Wow, did almost no damage. Lightning it is then. Oh, now we don't have enough mana to cast more lightning. And apparently we can't hit anything. Wow, I'm impressed that we killed that sword, actually. When I went just now, I was about to say, we might have to use something like Wand of Polymorph on this sword, because I think it's too tough. But then we managed to fell it, and we got a level up at the same time. Because our mana is regenerating so slowly, it might be worth us taking 50% mana regen here. But I do want to take level 2 commerce. Yeah. Because I feel like having the ability to acquire things cheaply, and of course sell things we don't want for more money, can be very advantageous in acquiring lots of gear and things like scrolls and potions, which could make the difference to us. But we're squandering so much time resting to get our mana back. So I'm going to take level 2 wizardry. I don't feel good about it, but I think it's probably the correct play at this point. Or at least, I think there's a good case for it being the correct play. I don't want to deal with that hole. Oi, pet, get back here. Pet! Am I going to have to blow my whistle? Where is it? Play. Pet, stay there. Come here! Because I want to avoid that spider hole if it's at all possible. I would rather take on this door than the spider hole. Now, bearing in mind that we're going to try and take on this door, I think... I don't care if I start to feel hungry. I've got some food. I feel like resting to get our mana back is probably a good choice. And then... I don't know what most of the potions are, but I think Haste Self is probably a good choice. And then let's... I'll try to sneak by, but I'm not optimistic. Did we... No, we didn't do it. Okay. In that case, lightning. And we need our pet to take on the dwarf as well. I could try Cone of Cold, but we have such a low cast chance that might be insanity. Okay. I thought this might happen. We're going to need Wand of Fire. Holy shit! Okay. We need to teleport away. Dwarfs tend to resist wands, so, or at least the ones that come out of doors seem to. So I'm going to teleport me away. And... what's this? Cure sickness. I'll take it. But I don't particularly want that spell right now. It's a good spell, but it's not what I'm looking for. I'll use an apple just to stave off hunger. I might have to use a health potion. Forked wand is okay, potentially. But it does mean that it's not a wand we've already identified. So perhaps not necessarily a hugely useful one. Wow, this kobold is giving me more trouble than it really should. Lightning! Close the door. Ah, shit me. Okay. Potion of healing. That didn't heal me as much as I hoped it would. Lightning. More lightning. Blessed potion of healing. I don't have enough mana for lightning. Alright, how about... I have a couple of options. I could, of course, use another charge of my Wand of Fire. I could use the whistle to summon my pet and then hope my pet can take on the ant, but I suspect my pet was killed by the dwarfs. I didn't notice, but I think that's probably the case. Could polymorph the ant, but I risk turning it into something worse. I'm going to go with Wand of Fire. Hope for the best. There we go. It was galling that we used the charge of the Wand of Fire against the dwarfs and still didn't manage to kill them anyway. Rat meat. Yes. Okay. I'm diligently closing doors behind me. I'll try the whistle just in case our pet did make it, but I suspect it was killed. Yeah, it plays a sorrowful tune, so our pet's dead. We really need to get some health and some mana back. Really? We need somewhere where we can rest. I nearly said rest in peace. Not quite what I meant, but rest, certainly. I will put on the... Didn't we just... Yeah, we picked up another ring of gain strength, so I'll put that on. Could be cursed, but it's alright. It's at least a positive effect. Now, stay here. Have a bit of a sleep. We're getting weak from hunger, which is unwelcome. Fainting from lack of food. So we're going to have to run over here, see if there's kobold meat. There is not. Better eat the carrot. And zap this guy. We get to upgrade our light spells after our multitudinous uses of lightning. There's still no meat here. Kobolds apparently aren't made of meat. Oh, this is going to be an issue. Okay. We have some mystery potions which might actually work against us if we throw them at the enemy. And we have these wands. Polymorph, I think, statistically will probably turn them into something worse than they are. Oh, I don't like using Wand of Fire charges. And then a teleport. I'm not sure this is severe enough a situation for a teleport, so Wand of Fire it is. And hopefully there might actually be some food. I could do with identifying these potions, really. So let's see if there's giant rat meat. There's no other meat, but let's chuck potions at these birds. Oh, we missed the bird completely. God damn it. Right, run away from the birds. I don't know if they can come through the door. Hopefully not. Have a rest. Get away from them. Have a rest. Getting hungry again, which is not pleasant, but I need the mana to cast spells at those birds. Alright. Let's eat a pear. Wow, that didn't even take the edge off. That took the edge off. And now... Oh, more enemies. Just what I needed. I'm actually going to try polymorphing this lot. I need to be a bit closer. Only 4 charges on the polymorph, but I feel like there's a good chance that the ravens and or the orc might become something less annoying. Okay, I mean, it's not great. I don't like the snake. But they're not particularly deadly enemies, at least. And we should be able to lightning them, yeah, without too much difficulty. Apparently we can't hit that with our big stick, but we lightninged it. I'll eat the mold goo. Hallucinated, but at least it's food. I'll eat the snake meat. Yeah, we have no food at all now, which is going to be an issue sooner or later. No idea what this thing is, of course, so I'll just chuck some potions at it. Potion of full healing. Well, I'm glad to know that, but I'm not glad that I no longer have said potion. Okay. These enemies could be nasty. There's really no way of telling, so I'm going to just hit them with my magics. Hope for the best. Still nothing to eat. Iron Skullcap. Red-Eyed Shield. I'll take the Red-Eyed Shield, I guess. I should probably cast Spell of Light here, but I don't think I actually have enough mana for that. No, not even for light. And we're getting hungry very, 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 very quickly. I suppose we could just use our Blessed Lamp. There we go. So there's a potion. We don't even have a potion of fruit juice, which I think does something about your hunger. Okay. So we're going to need lightning here, and hope that it actually takes some of these things out. We don't have enough mana. Oh, hell. Something's poisoned us. Okay, we need to get out of here. Wand of Fire is tempting. I mean, teleport just stalls the inevitable. So let's use Wand of Fire downwards first. Is that thing still alive? Jesus, it is. Alright, I guess another Wand of Fire. And then one up as well. And that's it for our Wand of Fire. Nothing left. I'd still like to go down the commerce route if possible, but I don't know. I don't know if it would actually be the most practical choice here. I mean, gastronomy could be useful in that it gives us more meat, but it might be a bit late in the day for that. I mean, we're basically on the verge of starving to death already. But I might have to. I mean, 10% more flesh on corpses isn't necessarily great. It's only 10%. Another level of wizardry is tempting. Being able to identify all our scrolls is very tempting. I'm going to go with that. We have quite a few unidentified scrolls, and I think knowing what they are could make the difference between life and death. So, we have no food. We do have the spellbook of Cure Sickness, so I'm going to read that now, learn Cure Sickness, and then cast it on myself. Oh, does Cure Sickness get rid of hallucination as well? Seems like maybe it does. 2 pieces of raven meat. Okay, so that was some raven goodness there. No wonder it took multiple hits. Ravens tend to be tough. That's a raven as well, so I'm going to lightning it straight away. I'll try Cone of Cold, actually. Because like I said, we do need practice with our Cone of Cold to actually get some use out of it. And we've got a carrot, which is not really the ideal food, but it's food nonetheless, and we can't really afford to be picky at the moment. We seem to have come up with a much better cast chance for Cone of Cold in the last few minutes. What cast chance do we have? 42%? That's better. That is significantly better. I didn't want to deal with that giant door at all. We're very low on mana. In fact, I don't really want to deal with anything that's going on around here at all at the moment, but certainly not the giant door. Even a kobold is annoying. Go away. We've got an apple back, so again, a little source of food. It's something. Not much, but something. So I guess we'll head this way and try to avoid the giant door. But that's an adventure for the next time. So thanks for watching, as always, and rejoin me next time round when we see how our crystal-clad white witch manages to progress as she opens the Door of Mystery and tries to avoid going over to that door full of giants who will no doubt pummel us into a bloody pulp. So, come back for that exciting adventure. Until then, bye for now.